Hello, welcome back to Firesense Gaming. My name is Ben. Today we're continuing on with Ever17. So, last time out, Coco got really sick, so we took her to the infirmary, and Sora decided to lock everybody in the pressurization chamber just to be safe. So we got to see the little face scribbling thing from the other side this time. And then we made our way back to the control room where Sora gave us another update about the situation here in Lemieux, including the fact we've got about 5-ish days before the whole place implodes. So yeah, let's pick it up right here.
Alright, all done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all of them.
I was in the narrow space of a chicken sandwich stand where the cooking equipment was. I was wrapping and placing the freshly made breakfast sandwiches on a tray.
Why is it that I have to make breakfast for everyone?
Complaining, I took the tray in both hands and opened the small door of the stand. That's the way it goes. We decided democratically, you know? Yi was waiting in front of the shop and snatched a sandwich from the tray. She peeled back the wrapping and opened up her mouth.
Democracy is overrated. Just means the majority rules.
Yep, you got it. Yi said it flatly. She munched on her sandwich. It's a reflection of the majority of the people's will. It was true that it had been an overwhelming vote. I had only been appointed breakfast chief minutes before. I hadn't even run for the office.
I know that you're the one. You're the one in the shadows running this conspiracy.
Oops. Well, that's low. I wouldn't do that. I'm pretty sure it's just because everyone sincerely felt that she would be the best cook.
You're sure full of it.
Thanks for the sandwich.
You already ate it? So fast.
Yummy, I'll have another. I think he just slapped her. Yep. I slapped away Yu's outstretched hand.
Well, I made one for each person. You want another one? You make it.
Hey. Come on, your pal, make me one more, pretty please. First I wanted to get away from you. I took the remaining 4 sandwiches over to the rest area and handed them out.
Breakfast is ready. Come and get it.
As I called out, I set the tray on a bench. Yeah, food, glorious food. Coco came running and splashing towards me. Pee-Pee the dog paddled along behind her. Oh, this looks good. All of a sudden, I noticed a kid beside me.
Hey, where's Skimmy Sora?
Sora went back to the control room. She said there's still stuff she had to look into.
Oh, that again.
I think Sugumi took off somewhere.
Same old, same old.
I turned my eyes to 3 chicken sandwiches left on the tray. What to do? Obviously, we're gonna go see Sora. I decided to look in on Sora first. I'd look for Scooby later. I took the sandwiches in hand and left the room.
Which way was it?
I'd gone as far as the corner before I realized I didn't know the route.
Maybe it's this way?
Finally. I found a room where the corridor played out. Himmel was written on the door.
No, this isn't it.
I retraced my route. I like that we found this door this time. I think it was in Yu's route. Sugumi kept mentioning this door, but nobody could find it.
Alright, here it is. Hey, Sora, it's time for dinner.
Wait, I thought it was breakfast. Whatever. I pushed the open button next to the door, but the door didn't open.
Hey, Sora, open up. Brought your food. Time to eat.
Dang it. I shouted into the interphone as I pushed the button to talk.
食事ですか？
Eat? She replied to me through the
わ
speaker.
ざわざありがとうございます。でも私、必要ありませんから。
Thanks for going to the trouble, but I don't need any food.
You don't? Don't say that. Sora, have you been eating okay? You have to eat or you're not gonna have any energy.
すいません。今手が離せないんです。
I'm sorry, but I'm occupied at the moment. I remembered that we had had the same exchange the day before.
Hurry up, these sandwiches are gonna get cold. Besides, I made them special for you. Listen, I just want to give these to you, so will you open the
ど
door?
うしてもダメなんです。
I really can't.
Come on, please, just open the door, Sora. I'll throw in a coupon for beer if you want.
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry. We kept arguing through the speaker.
Alright then, I'm only gonna wait out here for one more minute.
1分ですか？弱りましたね。
One more minute. You're giving me a hard time.
ちょっと向こうに行かないといけないんですよ。
I have to go somewhere.
Huh? Sora, where? Hey, Sora, where are you going? Hello? Hello?
I pushed the button again and again, shouting. But Sora didn't answer. Just then, the lights in the corridor began to flicker uneasily. I instinctively glanced up at the ceiling. I strained to hear as a dull growl-like sound shook the floor.
What? What's happening? It couldn't be.
Tiny waves formed in the water pooled on the floor. The walls and ceiling trembled slightly. Metal screeched on metal, as if they're trying to say something to me. Darkness blanketed me. The vibrations and sound died away. Only an eerie silence enveloped us. Only the other emergency lights glowed dimly.
Is this a blackout?
I wondered what happened to Sora.
Hey, Sora, answer me.
I pounded on the door. I thought she might not be able to hear me inside. Then I tapped the interphone button. But there's no response. Oh, I wonder if the interphone needs electricity to work. I had no idea, no clue what was happening on the other side of the door. Figured the only thing I could do was get the door open. I heard footsteps approaching from the darkened corridor.
Who's there?
In the far darkness, I could just make out 4 familiar outlines. Oh, Takashi! Splashing through the water, the 3 of them walked over.
ねえ、空のことを見かけなかった？
Hey, have you seen Sora?
No, but she was inside here until just a bit ago, but now she won't answer. It seems like the door's locked.
何かあったの？
What happened?
I don't know. Anyway, let's get inside. How do we get this thing open?
ああ、扉の下の方に緊急用の開閉装置があるから。
Oh, there's an emergency mechanism for opening the door near the bottom of it. I gotta say, for someone who's worked here for like 3 days, you sure knows this place really well. Pulling on the lever, I pushed the door over to the side. The door opened just wide enough for a person to squeeze through. I peeked inside the room. It was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing.
懐中電灯いる？
Do you want a flashlight?
Oh, thanks.
I gave the kid the sandwich and took the flashlight. I turned it on and stepped into the room. A white circle of light appeared on the wall. I swung the light left and right, shined it in the corners of the room. The electricity was completely down. Like an abandoned castle, there's no sign of warmth left. There was clearly nobody there.
Well, what should we do?
I joined everyone and said this calmly. It had been one crisis after another since the day before. I guess we're already used to the situation because nobody had lost it.
事前に何も言わずに空がいなくなるなんて。
I can't believe Sora would take off without saying anything first. You tilted her head as she said this. Looking at her, then I noticed something.
You, when did you change clothes?
ああ、これ？
Oh, this? You was wearing clothes I hadn't remembered seeing.
さっき制服にソースこぼしちゃって。
I spilled sauce all over my
更
uniform.
衣室に着替え、1着だけ入ってたから。これは普段着なわけよ。
I had one change of clothes in the changing room. These are my everyday clothes.
I see, so you had to change your clothes. Spilling sauce on your uniform? That's pretty clumsy.
You scratch your head as if to offset her embarrassment.
Anyway, we should be thinking about Sora.
とりあえず
Yeah, for now.
みんなで手分けしてソラさんを探すしかないんじゃないの？
Let's everybody split up and look for Sora.
ソラさんがいなかったらなんで停電したのかだってわかんないんだし。
Without Sora around, we won't know either it's blackout or anything.
そうだね。レミューに一番詳しいのは空なんだから。
Yeah, Sora knows more about Lemieux than anyone.
Alright, let's do this. You and the kid, you guys check this floor. Scooby, Coco, and I'll hit the second floor. Okay?
あ、うん。
Huh? Alright.
了解。
Roger that.
ピピは？
What about Pee-Pee?
I mean, of course he'll go with you.
I petted Pee-Pee's head.
Alright, let's go search. Sora, Sora.
The three people in one mutt, myself, Scooby, Coco, and Pee-Pee, split up once we reached Vidastock. The entrance to the neutral buoyancy elevator. Inside the infirmary, the changing room, security office, merry-go-round. We searched everything, even the jellyfish gondola. Then we retraced our way back to in front of the infirmary, and then... Coco shaking the flashlight, signaling to me. I had handed it to her before we started searching.
How'd it go? Any luck?
Coco used the flashlight to make a big X, signifying nothing found.
そっちは？
How about you?
Nothing. She's not on this floor. What about Scooby?
すぐみんはね、さっきココの目の前を通り過ぎて。
Scooby just passed by in front of me.
Pass by?
あっちの相乗り場の方に行っちゃった。
She went that way, towards the entrance to the Ivy elevator.
Neutral buoyancy elevator, huh?
Yep.
なんかね、大きな荷物持ってたみたい。
She was carrying something big.
Something big. Sound like Scooby is up to something solo again. I'll go check it out.
Coco and I moved to the room next door. There were signs of someone there. Ahead in the pitch darkness was something rustling
す
around.
ぐみ？
Scooby? Calling out, Coco shined the light on the wall, on the shadow.
眩しい。
Hey, that's bright. As expected, it was Scooby. She held out the palms of her hands as she stood up. Coco hurried to turn off the flashlight, rushed over by Scooby. I followed her over with BP.
何やってるの？こんなとこで。
What are you doing here?
うん。
Huh?
うんじゃわからないよ。
I don't understand what you mean by
ねえ、何やってたの？
Hey, what were you doing?
調べてたの。
Looking into something?
何を？
What?
このエレベーターを。
This elevator?
愛のこと？
I the egg elevator?
そう。
Yes.
それを調べるのにこんなでっかい荷物が必要なの？
What do you need this big thing to investigate for? Coco pointed down by Scooby's feet. There lay a massive plastic case. I was sure I'd seen it in the warehouse the day before. It looked like a toolbox, but
これは後で必要になってくるの。
I'm going to need this later.
今はただエレベーターの状態を見てただけ。
Right now, I'm just checking the status of the elevator.
ちゃんと動くかどうか。扉は手動で開くのかどうか。
Whether it'll move or if the doors will open manually. Sugumi was loads more talkative than usual. Her attitude towards Coco was much nicer than the one she had toward me. It seemed to me that Coco's unique personality kept even Sugumi off balance.
それでどうだったの？エレベーターは動きそう？
So, how about it? Does it look like the elevator will move?
多分ね。
Maybe. Scooby glanced at me as she said
ほいで
this.
ほいで、エレベーターに乗ってどうするの？
But what good would using the elevator do you?
3階に降りようと思って。
I thought we'd go down to the third floor.
3階に？ だったらいつも通り非常階段を使えばいいんじゃないの？
Third floor? Why don't we just use the emergency stairs like we always do?
あの階段じゃ行けないから。
Because those stairs won't get us where we need to go.
Huh?
発電室には行けないの。
They won't get us to the generator room.
発電室？
Generator room?
That reminded me of what you had said. Lemieux didn't receive any power from me outside, but had an in-house generating system. She had said that the facility pumped up hot water from a thermal seafloor vent using heat from it to operate the power generator.
だっけなあしてほんなとこさえがねばなれんにだ？
Why do you need to go there?
だって不便でしょ。このまま明かりがつかなかったら。
Because it's a pain with the lights off?
Huh?
修理するのよ。
To make repairs.
停電の原因は多分発電機にあると思うの。
I think the cause of the blackout is the generator.
なるほどね。
Oh, I see.
だからこんなでっかい荷物が必要なんだ。
So that's why you need this big box?
そう。
Yes.
そっかそっか。納得。
Oh, I get it now. That makes sense.
Scooby was finally freed from Coco's barrage of questions.
それじゃあ行ってくるから。
Alright, I'm going down.
たけし、ちょっと付き合ってくれない？
Takushi, could you come along?
Huh? Me?
Without thinking, I shot a question back at her. Her question was pretty sudden and caught me off balance. Besides, I thought that it was the first time she called me by my name.
First, there's one thing I want to ask you.
何？
What?
You just said something about the emergency stairs not leading to the generator, right? Yeah, so
昨
what?
日見たレミューのマップ覚えてね。
Don't you remember the map of Lemieux that we saw yesterday?
Map? Map.
I pressed my temples with my fingers, trying to tease out a buried memory.
3階のマップはエリアが2つに分断されている。
The map of the third floor is divided into two
思い出
areas.
した？
Do you remember?
I can't say I remembered exactly, but kinda, yeah.
じゃあその2つのエリアの間には何があった？
And what was between those two areas?
Between them, how am I supposed to know? There wasn't anything there.
そう。
Exactly.
ということは
Which means?
The two areas are divided by a block which is now underwater.
だから
Which means?
We can't move directly from the control room area to the generator room
だと
area.
したら
So?
Oh, I see. To get to the generator rooms area, we have to access the second floor. And the only way we can do that is by using the neutral buoyancy elevator.
手伝ってくれるでしょ。
Could you help me out?
But do you think it's alright? I mean, we haven't asked Sora's opinion. And we don't know if the cause of the blackout is really the generator.
きっと無駄だと思う。
I don't think that'd do any good.
Huh?
空を探したって無駄だと思う。
I don't think you're gonna find
停
Sora
電してるんだから。
because of the blackout.
制御室のコンピューターは完全に使い物にならない。
And the control room computer's gonna be
た
down.
とえ空がいたところでレミとコンタクトを取ることはできないの。
Even if Sora were around, she wouldn't be able to contact Lemmy.
今はとりあえず発電機を見に行くことぐらいしか私たちにできることはないでしょ。
So, the only thing that we can do is go check out the generator, right?
Well, I suppose so, but
ねえどうするの？
So, what are you gonna do?
付き合ってくれるわね。
Really come along?
たけし、
Sakashi?
あなたのことがどうしても必要なの。
Woo, managed to figure out that it's gonna be a long one. I really need you. Those words shocked me. I thought my heart stopped for a second. I really need you. They were not words that I ever expected to hear from Segumi's mouth. Segumi stared straight at me, with a really creepy look on her face. Her intense gaze made me
お願い
uncomfortable. Please? Well, I know helping Scoomy is the correct thing to do, because, I mean, yeah, we know we're not going to find Sora, but, I mean, we're on the Sora route, so we obviously have to pick Sora first.
No. I don't want to go.
I turn my face to avoid Scoomy's eyes. I don't want her eyes to drag me in.
No, we've got to look for Sora first. This isn't a time to be acting selfishly.
そう
I see. Sugumi scowled. She gave me that look that could kill again.
ねえねえ、ココが代わりに言ってあげよっか。
Hey, hey, do you want me to go instead?
Coco asked the question innocently.
そうね
Let's see. Scoomy's expression soon returned to
で
normal.
も一人じゃ無理ね
That was a really short sentence for that. But I don't think it's possible with just you alone.
ひとまずココには別の仕事を頼みたいんだけど
First, I would ask you to do another job.
別の仕事？何それ？
Another job? What's that?
私が発電室を見に行くことをユウと少年に伝えてほしいの
I want you to tell you and the kid that I'm going to the generator room.
それとたけしが怖がって一緒に行こうとしないから困ってるって
And that Takashi put me in a difficult spot because he's scared and won't come along with me.
Hey, hold on. What did I say? I was scared.
I jumped in between Coco and Scoomy.
嫌だ行きたくないってダダっ子みたいに言ったじゃない
No, I don't want to go. That sounds pretty scared to me.
Hey, who do you think you're calling scared? I just think we should do something else first.
ほらそうやってすぐ吠える臆病なのね
See what I mean? Something happens and you start whining like a baby.
育児のない男
You are a gutless man.
ああそれともまだ男になってないのかな
Or maybe you're not even a man yet.
ここ早くユウと少年を呼んできてよたけしは役に立ちそうにないから
Coco, hurry and get you and the kid. Takashi isn't going to be any use.
Scooby, you don't have to talk like that.
I was peeved.
じゃあどう言えばいいの
So, how do you want me to say it? Without hesitating, Scooby shot the question right back at me. For one moment, I thought I'd grab her by her collar and show her. But I dropped my hand.
Okay, fine. I'll go with you. I'll go with you because you're too scared to go alone.
Scooby laughed through her nose.
結局ここはどうしたらいいのかな？
So, what am I supposed to do?
ユウたちには私が発電室に行くことを伝えるだけでいいわ
Just tell you that I'm going to the
た
generator
けし
room,
は私がもらっていくから
and I'm taking Takashi along.
はいじゃあ了解しました。
Bet you didn't thought of that.
Coco clicked her heels together and gave a kind of salute. The neutral points the elevator I. I meant egg in German. It's also a literal take on the egg-shaped elevator that traveled up and down rails into the ocean on the side of Lemieux. A ballast tank was attached to the floor. It would take in or release seawater from the tank as necessary to increase or reduce buoyancy, thus making the elevator rise or sink. Once Scooby and I were inside, we sealed the watertight doors on the Lemieux side of the elevator. All we had to do was release the lock connecting us to Lemieux and the egg would sink away. Scooby pulled the operating lever next to the door. It's obviously not going to do anything. Nothing happened.
What's going on? We're not sinking at all.
そうみたいね
Doesn't look like it, does it? Scooby calmly opened up the toolbox she brought with her. Inside were an electric screwdriver, hydraulic cutting machine, some kind of laser or welding device, a small gas burner. The box is packed with any and all kinds of tools.
No, what are you gonna do with that?
沈まないなら
If it won't sink,
沈めるしかないでしょ
then we'll just have to sink it.
Huh? What? Scooby, are you crazy?
Sugumi took the lit torch in hand and slowly stood up. Blue flame erupted from it like a jet engine, hissing in the dim light.
No way. You're kidding, right, Scooby?
Scooby didn't answer. She grinned triumphantly. She put the flame to the edge of the elevator shell.
Yikes.
There was no time to stop her. A coin-sized hole opened in the egg-shaped elevator. Seawater came spurting in with tremendous force.
Idiot, idiot, idiot. What are you trying to do? The hole, there's the hole.
ええ、開けたのよ。
Yeah, I made it. Tsugumi was as calm as ever. She extinguished the flames as if nothing had happened. She placed it in the toolbox and shut the lid. The seawater created a mist, descending all around us. Tsugumi licked the droplet off her lips.
You're crazy, right? Yeah, being cooped up in here makes you crazy.
Tsugumi just snickered. As we continued this exchange, water continued to pour in. It pooled in the bottom of the egg. It covered our ankles and our shins, swallowing our knees and lapping at our thighs. That is a really dumb idea. Obviously, we're gonna try to escape. I decided it would be best to escape. I didn't want to be around that crazy woman anymore. I discreetly reached for the handle of the watertight door.
何やってるの？
What are you doing?
さっき付き合ってくれるってそう言ったじゃない。
Way too early again. You said you would come along with me. Tsugumi grabbed my wrists. Her palm was soft and wet. There's a soft, suction-like feeling as she grabbed me. Tsugumi stared at me. It was a serious, hard look.
Fine, have it your way. I'll go along with you to the end even if we have to sink to the bottom of the ocean.
I made up my mind. Just then, boom, the egg elevator took a big jolt and started to move. I began to inch down ever so slowly. Peeking through the window and into the blue, we could see the outside of the view. The blue gradually got darker and the steel bulkhead appeared to move further away upward. The higher water pressure increased the force of the water pouring in. The speed of our descent picked up. I wondered how many feet we had dropped. I shifted my gaze towards the sea bottom, but Trita Stock still had not come into view. The water in the elevator had already reached my chest. My legs are floating. I was on my toes. I kicked with all my power off the floor and seized an edge of the ceiling.
Hey, don't you think this is pretty dangerous?
A strange smile appeared on Tsugumi's face. It seemed she was getting a little worried.
I wonder if we'll die like this.
かもね。
Maybe.
No, not maybe. This harebrained idea was all your...
The surface of the water reached my throat, and cold seawater rushed into my mouth. I lifted my chin and desperately tried to stick to the ceiling.
Skimmy, skimmy.
I screamed crazily. I looked sideways and saw Tsugumi struggling to stay above the water. Just then, boom, the egg was shaken by a strong shock. We made it to the 3rd floor. I wanted to shout this, but it was impossible. There was no longer enough air for me to yell. I didn't know if she'd panicked or what, but Tsugumi was thrashing her arms and legs around desperately. In the blur underwater, I pinned down Tsugumi's shoulder. It's alright, I'll take care of it. I felt Tsugumi's body relax. I kicked against the wall and clung to the handle of the watertight door. I focused every ounce of strength of my body on churning the heavy handle. Because my body would float, I couldn't gain traction with my feet. Bracing one leg on the handrail, I continued churning and churning it. The water pressure began pressing in on my eardrums. My body was screaming for oxygen. Open! 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 The double-ply door opened. The mass of water and Tsugumi and I were all spit out of the elevator and onto the floor. But we didn't have time to catch our breath. Seawater was flooding into the hole in the elevator more ferociously than ever. I got up immediately and rushed to the watertight door on the elevator. First, I closed that door, locked it, and then closed the door on the Lemieux side as well. For a while, I couldn't move. Tsugumi, too, lay sprawled out on the floor. I didn't feel angry with her, because relief was a dominant emotion. That was such a stupid thing to do. What if we really had died? Skimmy was coughing a little, looking down. She didn't try to look at me. I thought that maybe she was reflecting on what she had done. That's it. Maybe. Maybe she just isn't a people person and has a hard time getting along with others. She seemed fragile and lonely. Maybe she needs someone's help. It was the first time that I'd realized there was anything weak about her. Sitting all alone in the middle of that sprawling floor, she looked so small, like a newly born chick. Fantastic. Alright, well that feels like as good of a place as any to go and call it for today. So, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.